Something doesn't feel right.
Sophie, what happened?
I think there's something here.
What did you see?
I saw a nun. What's she doing? She's standing there.
It's okay to be scared. I'm scared too.
Welcome back to Night News. Before we start, please like the video for more excellent content. The Nun II. In 1956, Father Noiret and Jacques diligently fulfill their responsibilities at the Tarascon, France, church. Noiret, who is investigating a disturbance, is thrown into the air, set on fire, and charred to death before Jacques can flee in fear. Just in time, Jacques is able to get away.
I think there's something here. That's not meant to be.
It's the 10th anniversary of The Conjuring.
Wanna play hide and clap?
Dear God, take this opportunity to magnify thy grace. Treasure her word, so that she can stand.
The first film was set in Romania in 1952, and 4 years later, it's 1956.
Sister Irene is currently employed by an Italian convent as a result of the events that took place at the monastery of St. Cartha. Along with Sophie, a young Irish girl, Maurice has become friends with Kate, her mother and teacher at the boarding school in France where he works. Seeing Maurice in a vision, Irene feels compelled to help him. Owing to her previous encounter with the demon, the cardinal assigns her to look into a series of killings that have happened around Europe and are attributed to the demon Valak. She travels to Tarascon with Sister Deborah, a young novice who acknowledges that she finds it difficult to accept supernatural explanations for events like the real presence of Christ in the Eucharist. Sister Deborah goes with her on her travels. As all of this is happening, a delivery girl hears Valak conversing with a possessed Maurice. As a result, Valak murders the girl. The Italian artist Beccafumi's rendition of the St. Lucy picture appears in a few of the episodes. When Irene was at Tarascon, she had a terrifying vision and was afflicted by Valak. Telling Irene that Jacques gave her Noiret's rosary, Deborah tells Irene. Sophie is bullied by her classmates and kept in a walled-off, desecrated chapel when she is in school. Drawing attention to the goat portrayed in the mosaic window, the bully claims that the goat can see the devil there in the presence of the sun, which causes the goat's eyes to become red. On a particular night, the headmistress encounters a possessed Maurice, who ultimately results in her demise. Deborah and Irene travel to the Palais des Papes to meet with a librarian. In his words, Noiret's rosary bears the family crest of St. Lucy, a saint who was crucified by a heathen, and Valak was an angel that God decided not to employ. She was set on fire, but for some reason she did not burn. Her family members were able to save both of her gouged out eyes. Because the demonic entity covets the potent relic, which was most recently stored at a winery that was once a monastery, the librarian surmises that it is to blame for the deaths of St. Lucy's descendants. It was later transformed into the residential school that still exists today. Maurice has been fully possessed, and Irene and Deborah are up against him in the school. After Sophie shows the women in the church the mosaic goat, they all use flashlights to make the goat's eyes crimson. By acting as a laser, the red light draws attention to the purported burial site of St. Lucy's eyes. After Irene finds the artifact, the mosaic goat vanishes and then reappears as a demonic creature in the actual world. Maurice attacks Irene, follows Sophie, and causes the bell tower to collapse as the goat attacks the pupils. It is confirmed to Irene by Deborah that the latter is now following her beliefs. Valak enters the picture when Irene tries to use the relic as a weapon against Maurice, but he succeeds to obtain it. The way that Valak sets Irene on fire is very similar to Father Noiret's method. To the surprise of all, Irene does not catch fire. She subsequently finds out that this is possible because she is descended from St. Lucy and can therefore use the same power as the relic. Irene and Deborah pray the words of institution, which are said during Christian Eucharistic ceremonies, because of their conviction. The ancient wine barrels in the chamber are also thought to have the ability to change into the blood of Christ. With his bloody cloak on, Valak is damned to an eternity in hell. The next morning, when Irene visits Maurice, he appears to be fully recovered. She begins to worry about him, though, when she witnesses him depart with Sophie and Kate. As on October 1, 2023, ticket sales for the Nun II brought in a total of $233.1 million worldwide. $155.8 million from ticket sales in other regions and $77.3 million from ticket sales in the US and Canada are included in this. With an average rating of 5.1 out of 10, there are 128 reviews overall on the website Rotten Tomatoes, which compiles reviews from a range of sources. Of those reviews, 52% are positive. Although it's not the most inventive horror sequel, most people agree on the website that the Nun II makes for an entertaining addition to the Conjuring franchise. It is said that this phrase is scarier than its predecessor. The Nun II Metacritic, a review aggregator website, uses a weighted average to generate scores, and the movie earned 47 out of a possible 100. Mixed or average reviews are represented by this number. While audiences surveyed by PostTrack gave the movie an overall positive score of 64%, with 47% indicating that they would definitely recommend it to others, Cinema Score's audience poll gave the movie an average grade of C+ on an A+ to F scale. I appreciate you coming, and please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you.